So some people have been asking me how I press flowers. I've only got this tiny little press from just from the Works, very cheap. Just move it out of the way. You literally unscrew it, and this is what you do. It's dead easy. You pick your flowers that you want. So got some nice little flowers. It's a bit too long. I'm going to trim it down a bit. And I brush mine down a little bit in case there's any little unwanted creatures. And then I literally lay it down how I want it to be. Perhaps like that. And then I put another piece of card over the top. I carefully squash it down like that, and then inside my there. And I've got this heavy pot, so as I'm going along it keeps my hands free, because so then there's another piece of cardboard. These all come with these. Leave that on one side with the screws, and this is from Red Acer. So I'm just we've got one of those lovely Acer trees, Japanese Acer trees, and again press it in, and then I'm going to pop it underneath here, and then this on top. If I've run out of pieces of paper, I can't be bothered to cut anymore, if I'm being fair, I just continue on with the cardboard really. See, this one's got a few creatures on it. Oh, we don't want these. And make sure that they're all nice and clean. Pop it in. As long as it's squished together, doesn't really matter. This one looks pretty. Might put two of these in. Look, got a fly on here now. And this is part of another flower, and then squish it down. Ooh, squish it down. Yeah, on this one's full, and this one's full. There's a gap there, so I'm going to place another flower on there because I want to try and use up all my gaps, and then another little Red Acer. Okay, so then you bring that towards you, and then you push this back down on top of the screws. Try not to fill it up too much. You've got to be patient, and because otherwise you won't be able to get these back in the holes. And then you squash this down as much as you can and pop your screws back on. This pot's not easy. I would like a bigger one. I mean, you could do the same thing, I imagine, between books, if you've got some heavy books. Try and squash it down because you don't want to cross-thread your screw, do you? So, on each corner. Oop, dearie. and then tighten them right up. Now in the bottom here there's a screw as well, so you could put your screwdriver in there and hold it, or I usually just hold it with a spatch, you know, my palette knife does it just the same. And when you can feel it starting to try and twist, you know it's nice and tight. That one's already tight. And that's it. Now you can write on this if you want to. Like, I don't know what the date is. Is it the 9th or the 10th today? I'm just going to put the 10th. Put it in pencil or crayon and you can rub it out and use it again. January, February, March, April, May. The 10th of the 5th, 23. And I usually leave this now anyway. I can just put it on one side and just forget about it. For 5 days, I look at it after 5 days. After 5 days, this was one that's on here. This was with daisies and some little wildflowers that I picked out. And after 5 days, they were flat enough for me to use. But if the flower, I put 2 pieces of heather in there, so those 2 pieces might need longer. So that's entirely up to you. And then when they're done, you'll know that they're done. They'll like just completely flat, and you can take them off with some tweezers, or you can just lift them with your nail, and then just pop them down on your page of wherever it is that you want to put them. What I then use is this, because people have been asking me about how I've sealed it with them, and that is with gloss medium. It's a gel medium, and this is a Winsor & Newton one. You can just buy it online, and when you pop it on, for those of you who don't use it, it comes out, it's quite milky colour. If you can see that, it's quite milky. And but when so I can just put that over something. Let's have a look, just to seal this down if I wanted to. And but when it dries optically clear. And that's it really. And then once it's dried, which only takes about, I don't know, half an hour, 20 minutes, then you can put another layer on if it still can see any bits sticking up, and you can just build up layers until you know that it's covered. And then that's it, and then eventually it'll look like this on there. And I can't piggle it with my nail or anything, so that's what I'm aiming for. So I thought I'd just show you, and yeah, okay, bye.